How you doing, everyone? This is your boy Striker Dark, and I was actually planning on doing this big elaborate video for this particular concept, but I thought about it, I figured maybe I would just make it into something simple, something quick, something that's easily digestible, and besides, the long form of it was just taking too long for me to edit, so I'm just gonna flat out say this. Loki has not been very fun to play, and I think the main reason why is because a lot of other Warframes do it better, and I think a lot of people agree because he's one of the frames that a lot of folks don't use anymore. So I took it upon myself to actually come up with a kind of concept rework for him, and if y'all like it, if you think it's something that could be viable, something that could really make Loki fun to play again and viable to play again, then be sure to like, comment your opinions on it, share it, and maybe share it with DE, because maybe they'll run with it. Fingers crossed. But anyway, this is my rework for Loki. Basically, starting with the passive. Now, his initial passive is that he just attaches to the wall a little bit longer than others. But that's not even all that viable anymore, because now Araxia, for prime example, can stay up on the wall for as long as she wants, as long as her fourth ability is activated. So staying up on the wall longer is no longer a viable passive anymore. So I changed it to this. Trickster stocks. Every 10 enemies afflicted with radiation stacks from abilities adds 1 trickster stock up to 6 stocks in total. Inflicting radiation stacks with abilities jams the enemy's firearms, leaving them vulnerable. That's his passive. So it's basically something akin to Nidus's infested stocks, or there's other Warframes who has something similar. His first ability I switched up a little bit, and his first ability is Loki spawns up to 2 fully autonomous decoys that only attacks with melee daggers. Upgrades using ranged mods and strength mods. Strength mods increase the decoy's damage output, and radiation stacks. Range mods increase the decoy's movement radius. So basically, the decoys that he creates do not move too far away from him. So, but if you add range mods to it, it'll extend how far out they can go to attack enemies that come within radius of their range. And another thing is that I didn't actually write here is that with the trickster stocks, actually I'll explain that in the actual cloak ability, which is the next one. Loki turns invisible for a short duration with 6 trickster stocks. Loki can stealth kill 1 enemy per stock. If the decoys are active, they get a slight damage buff for the duration of cloak. Trickster stocks can't be gained while cloak is activated. Upgrades with duration mods. Now, when it comes to the stealth kills, he can if he's cloaked, he can stealth kill enemies even if they're not stunned. If they're like just actively looking for him, he can actually still stealth kill them. But he burns through a stock every time he does a stealth kill, so you just have to be careful with that. And of course, like I said, you cannot gain trickster stocks if you're already cloaked. So I just want to make sure that you couldn't just keep the trickster stocks infinite and just start stealth killing everybody you come across. That wouldn't work. Okay, now when it comes to his switch teleport, got rid of that. It's just kind of a very boring move, and I replaced it with Mayhem. Now check this out. Loki releases a buff-debuff AoE pulse that randomly shifts enemies around and inflicts the radiation status effect. Allies are given shield buffs, and their melee weapons can temporarily afflict the radiation status. Upgrades with strength and range mods. So that pretty much explains it. Basically, he sends out it pretty much acts kind of like the original radial disarm, but instead of disarming the enemy, it just randomly switches. Whichever enemies are within the range of the pulse are randomly switched around on the battlefield and are instantly afflicted with radiation instead of start attacking each other. And of course, it also has the added effect of helping out your allies. So it also kind of makes him a bit of a support frame, but not too much. And now the final one is, of course, Radial Disarm. Loki releases an energy pulse that disables all enemies' ranged weapons and inflicts radiation stacks, causing them to attack each other. With decoys, they shift to their outer radius and also uses Radial Disarm with half the radius, extending the AoE. Upgrades with range mods. I also want to add, I think I'm also going to add that it can also be upgraded with strength mods. And basically what that'll do is that it'll increase how many radiation stacks they're hit with. But I think this would make Loki just a little bit more enjoyable to play around with rather than his current kit, which even at this point has been reworked, and even then it just wasn't quite enough. So if you actually like this, comment down below, let me know what you think. And do you think this is something that would make Loki enjoyable again? Because I mean, I have a very good fit with Loki and whatnot, and how he looks. I got him looking like Loki from the MCU, but it's kind of going to waste because he's not fun to use unless you practically switch out his entire kit, which is, you know, that kind of removes the whole aspect of Loki being Loki. So let me know what you think. Comment down below, share it around, you know, and maybe if DE gets sees this, maybe they'll actually decide to do something with him because he really needs this rework. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a good one. And be sure to check out the link in my bio for my shop, my my Twitch, my YouTube, which I will start uploading stuff on there. Matter of fact, this video is going to be going over there as well. And y'all have a good one. Deuces.